After working with hundreds of Smartsheet users, I've seen the same mistake over and over again. Most Smartsheet users are focusing on the wrong skills, and it's costing them opportunities and money. Skills I wish I knew when I was starting out in Smartsheet that would have saved me hours and months of frustration. So today, in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 3 skills that you need to learn to become a Smartsheet professional to build your career. And if you're new to building a solution in Smartsheet, I have a free guide and coaching video just for you. It takes you by the hand, step by step. All right, let's dive in. Step number 1, start with the end in mind. What I mean by that is, if you know what your end goal is, then you just reverse engineer all the steps it takes to get you there. The reason for that is it gets rid of all the other clutter that you don't have to worry about that's in the back of your mind. So let's look at this example. In this example right here, we have 3 steps to get us to the ultimate goal, which is the dashboard. But in order to know what to put on the dashboard, you first need to know what metrics to put on that dashboard. So let's reverse engineer this. In order to have a successful, scalable dashboard that's telling relevant, accurate data, a metric sheet must be built first in order for that dashboard to pull accurate data from. So if you have a metric sheet, where are you going to get that data from? That metric sheet needs to pull from the intake sheet. Now, an intake sheet is a master sheet that houses high-level information of all your current live projects. That's how most intake sheets operate. So to reverse engineer this, we first need to build out the intake sheet. And then after we build out the intake sheet that houses all the projects, we then need to build one metric sheet that's pulling information from that intake sheet. For instance, the count of projects that are live, maybe count of projects by status, maybe the sum of all revenue, the sum of all profit, the sum of all expenses, whatever the metrics that need to be pulled. Now that you have all your accurate data all organized on one sheet, the metric sheet, you can then build your dashboard off of this. We reverse engineer it. The next skill you want to master is getting the foundation correct. What I mean by that is every solution is built off of a foundation. Now, your client or your boss may be wanting a really fancy looking dashboard, and no doubt you will build that for them. But a lot of times that's the last step in the process. Just like I mentioned before, you got to reverse engineer. And what happens is when you receive pressure from that client or from your boss to get that fancy looking dashboard, it's very tempting to rush through the foundations. And it's very tempting to do that because no one else is seeing the back end sheets. No one else is seeing the formulas that you're writing. And it's very tempting to speed through that process, but you will bite yourself in the butt every time. Take time to get through the foundations. If your foundation is built correctly, then everything else is downhill from there. It's actually very quick and very efficient and easy to build out the fancy stuff, the dashboards, everything else that your client or boss is looking for. Now, when you build out a foundation, especially for a solution where multiple projects are involved, it's important that you have everything working together. And I actually have a separate video on this where I break it out in detail, having an intake sheet that feeds into multiple template sets. And as those template sets are built up, they're all connected to each other. They each have their own dashboard, and all that data flows into a master dashboard. So if you're interested in that free lesson, just click here in the video and it's yours. Now, the next step with the foundation, as I mentioned before, it's the back end sheets. No one sees them. Just like the foundation of a house. The foundation of the house is mainly concrete. It's boring, it's drab, it's not flashy, but that's what holds everything together. So don't speed through your formulas. When you create a formula, make sure you're testing it, that it's accurate. When you're testing, make sure you test from the end all the way to the beginning to make sure the data is flowing correctly. When you have a solution with multiple projects all talking to each other and that data is flowing up, make sure you do your testing. The next thing you want to make sure is when you write your formulas, make sure that they're scalable. It's easy to write a formula real quick to get it off the board, but is it scalable 6 months from now, a year from now? Is it a sum if or a sum ifs, a count if or a count ifs? These are things you need to keep in mind when you're building out these solutions. It's very tempting to rush through the foundation, but don't. Just stick with it and get the foundation correct. What you want to do is you want to be a blessing to your future self down the road. Skill number 3, you got to have QA under your belt. In other words, you got to test out your solution. And I hinted on this a little bit in the last skill. So let's go ahead and go through a fake test together. And again, I've been doing this for almost a decade. And to this day, I always QA and test my work. All right, so I have my project dashboard here, and it's themed for Indiana Jones on one of my last webinars. And as you can see here, I have multiple metrics and I have a graph. Now, let's go ahead and test these metrics. I have 671 red jewels, 250 purple, and 311 yellow. So this data is pulling from my metric sheet. So my metric sheet is right here. We got red jewels, 671, purple, 250, and yellow, 311. So this data on the metric sheet is pulling from its source. So let's go ahead and go to the source. I'm going to click into the cell here. I'm going to go to the reference. Now it's pulling from this information right here based on the color. So let me go ahead and go to the sheet. And let's pick a red one. Now remember, on the dashboard it's 671. And if I go to one of these rows here and I change this to say 1,000, from 450 to 1,000, I'm going to click save. And then when I go back to my metric sheet, I just updated there, 1,221. And now let's go to our dashboard. And a lot of times to make sure it's reflecting correctly, just got to give it a little kick in the pants. Just go ahead and click refresh on your browser where your dashboard is. And this red jewels should change to 1,221. And look at that, there it is. Now I know that it's working correctly. I go all the way to the source, goes to the metric sheet, and ultimately reflects on the dashboard. I know that this formula that this is pulling from, this formula is working correctly. All right, let's go ahead and land this plane. To summarize, we've covered make sure that you start with the end in mind. Number 2, the skill you want to have is spend quality time on the foundation. And the last one, skill number 3, make sure you always test your work. Always, always, always test your work. And I challenge you this week, what of these 3 are you going to focus on? Is it making sure the foundation correct? Is it taking a step back and reverse engineering and starting with the end in mind? Or maybe you just need to get down and dirty and you need to start testing your work. I mean, I'm getting ready to launch group coaching here in just a little while. And there's a form down in the link below, in the bio below. If you fill out that form, it will put you on the wait list for joining the group coaching, where I cover all things core Smartsheet. And I'm really looking forward to it. All right, you guys, take care and God bless.